Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, Happy New Year's. And we're back in the Ohio. Now, before you guys get all mad at me, I just haven't had a chance to play the game in a couple of days. Been kind of crazy here, so I'm using up some of the footage that I grabbed from the Ohio in the opening week of the game, or opening week of Ohio being released, because I played the crap out of it. Y'all already know, and you guys know me, that when I enjoy a ship and I play it a whole bunch, y'all get a lot of videos from it. So I know it's probably getting a little stale seeing the same ship all the time. Don't worry, we're going to get back into our rotation of having all the ships. You guys know I've got some good suggestions from you guys, as well as some ideas for some videos. I actually got a really interesting suggestion that I will be looking at doing in the near future as well. So thank you guys for making 2023 so amazing. Thank you guys for continuing to support me in 2024, and I cannot wait to see what we can accomplish this year. Last year was one of the best years ever on the channel. Despite having its ups and downs, despite being there relatively lack of content for most of the year in terms of the game itself, and waning interest, but we pulled through as a group, and I just cannot thank you guys enough. I know I don't want to go into 2 videos in a row of the Ohio sailing around in the background with me talking about you know, the year, but it is one of those things where I have to thank you guys. I couldn't do this without you guys. Well, I could, but it wouldn't do me any good. I can sit here and talk to myself all I want, but having you guys here does help. But anyway, so this match is going to be a fun one, guys. This one's a little different. Pay attention to what's going on in the game. Right out the gate, somebody pings me and says, support that person. This is almost always a terrible idea, and I'll tell you why. If you notice that I'm in the game, whether or not you have the best of intentions of going, oh my god, Spartan's in the game, we should help that person. He's always talking about it, he doesn't get any help. When you do that, what you end up causing is an entire team of people to change what they would normally do on a map to come support me, for better or worse. It almost always leads to one side getting absolutely run over. So notice what I'm doing immediately. Rather than playing around while all of our battleships are going to one place, now look, what are the other ones doing now that I've made a decision to turn back? Notice how they're kind of following me here? This is what I'm talking about. And it's nothing to degrade anybody in this match or anything like that. It is just something that if you do see me in a match, you might want to, you know, just play the game normal. As I have always said, just play the game normal, and everything will work out. We will make this work. But in this particular match, this forces me to play differently, because I recognize that we are now very weak on the right side of the map, right? That side is usually kind of overloaded anyway. And when you take half of the team that spawned in the middle and they all come to this side, despite 2 of our 3 destroyers being on the opposite side, as you can see, we've already lost 1. So we're going to have to try to make something happen. Now, you've got to recognize when you're in these situations, when you have the advantage. We have a huge numbers advantage. We have a spotter. We have a spotter who's moving into the cap. We have a destroyer spotted on the left side. There's a battleship right next to that destroyer. We're in a situation where we have the advantage. We need to push that advantage. Meanwhile, I am going to head back across the map while still supporting the side that I was spawned on. I'm going to start moving in the direction of the other side of the map. Now, what does this create, guys? How many times we got to say it? I'll give you guys a guess. Creates crossfires. When you bunch up everybody like everybody did in this match, we took all of our battleships and sailed to the same corner of the map. It's a terrible strategy. We've talked about this. We want to create crossfires. So in order to create that crossfire, I counter-rotated in this situation. Why is that important? Well, now the enemy can't bow tank all of us, right? And this poor Ohio is now figuring out that he is in the middle of a crossfire. Now, it's not as devastating as it could be, and unfortunately, he manages to kill our gross occur first. Because our gross occur first was a little crazy. But the Ohio, recognizing that he's in trouble, is trying to run away. He needs to try to regroup with his team. Unfortunately, I'm in the perfect position to stop that. And we slam him. Could have waited a little bit longer for that to open up a little bit more. But again, with islands and stuff on this map, I want to take advantage of it as best I can. Guarantee the shot. Get as much damage as I can off of him. Maybe it wasn't the Citadel hit. Maybe it wasn't the Death Strike that we would hope for. But it was significant damage, and now I'm reloaded and ready to do it again. So, with that shot, we should be able to pretty close finish him off. And we do. Take most of his health, and the other Ohio finishes him off. Now, because I'd already started counter-rotating, and this is the part that everybody screws up when they're playing these big, slow battleships. Because I've already started counter-rotating, I'm already in position to continue to shoot at things. I know, it's a crazy concept, but also, not only am I in a crossfire situation helping the left side of the map, where I came from, but I'm also in a crossfire to help the right side of the map. So now, I've got a beautiful shot at a Conqueror. I take it. We get good hits. Actually, I only hit 2 shells. But we did 12,000 damage because Ohio. And, you know, just having all the goods. But, look at the crossfire that we're setting up. A friend on this side of the map is kiting away. What do we say all the time on the channel, guys? We don't chase kites, right? When is the only time kiting is effective? When people chase. If you don't chase the kite, it's not an effective strategy. So, is it a good idea for Philip to run in this situation? Absolutely. He's up against overwhelming odds. He has no choice. If he wants to live and be useful, he has to run away. Has to disengage, has to kite. He continues to be a problem, continues to be a nuisance, but he kites. What does this cause? This causes a whole bunch of people to come sailing in a straight line after him, setting themselves up for what can only be described as some of the most disgusting crossfires you will ever see in your life, solely because everybody gets tunnel vision on the 2 people that are running, and they don't see the gigantic 8-gun, 18-inch battleship sitting right here. And we take half the health off of the Ohio in the process. And now the Ohio is in a problem. He's got no choice. He has to bow tank me or he has to die. There is no other way. But unfortunately for him, he settles for trying to get all the guns off. And I'm angled. He is not. How did that work out for him? I'm going to try to come up with a video that makes angling easier for you guys, because I know there's been a few people recently that have asked about it. I'm decent at angling. I would say I'm very good at angling in most situations. Yes, I do get caught broadside multiple times. That is a thing. Everybody does. Oh my God, look at this shot. This is just perfect. Good night, sunshine. Have a good time. This is the crossfire that I'm talking about, guys. Because of that counter rotation, because I recognized that we had more than enough firepower on that side, I sailed back the other direction, I put myself in a position, and I get to reap the benefits. So, once again, big fat slow battleship goes, I'll go around the corner broadside. What could happen? Well, this could happen, sunshine. How you like that? And what does he get in return? Basically nothing. We put out the fires. We slapped him for all of his hit points, and he is now a dead man. So, let this be a lesson to you folks. Don't just sail everything to one location on the map. Split up. If you find yourself in that situation like we did, recognize your advantage, counter-rotate, set up that crossfire, and then help the weak side if you can. You will enjoy some beautiful crossfires. There's no hacking. There's nothing crazy going on. There's no scripted actors. It's just people pushing their advantage, and then you happen to come back across the map to set up the crossfires, and you get to reap the rewards of their over-aggression. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I will come up with a video guide where I try to showcase how to angle properly, when to angle, like how to catch people. You guys hear me talk about the red knot shuffle all the time. I'm going to try to incorporate that into the video as well, because I know a lot of people have been asking about it, and I see far too often people just sailing around broadside willy-nilly. Nobody cares in the world. They literally can't figure out that if they do a certain thing, that their belt armor will be way more effective than just sailing broadside to get those extra 2 guns on the target. So with that being said, thank you guys once again for hanging out with me. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.